It is official, Falcons fans. We are hiring Ian Cunningham, the former assistant GM of the Chicago Bears, as our new general manager. Welcome in, Falcons fans, to Falcons Today by Chat Sports. My name is Moose. I want to go off and say first things first here. I love the Ian Cunningham hire. I think this is an excellent hire. Somebody that has definitely shown he has surrounded himself with winning football. With the Baltimore Ravens, won a Super Bowl ring. With the Philadelphia Eagles, won a Super Bowl ring. He's gotten promoted everywhere that he's gone and has kind of helped turn around the Chicago Bears as the assistant GM alongside Ryan Poles, who is the GM of the Chicago Bears. And then I started to think about it, and then one specific Twitter source kind of echoed what was already in my brain. Could the Bears' backup quarterback, Tyson Bagent, be an option for Atlanta? Bagent is entering the final year of his contract, and Bears GM Ryan Poles could consider dealing him to his buddies in Atlanta. Interesting. Mind is starting to do its thing. It's starting to just kind of work through all of the possibilities here in bringing in Tyson Bagent. Now, first to at least wonder if we should bring in Tyson Bagent, we have to figure out who Tyson Bagent is and why I think he'd be a great option in Atlanta. Before that, though, I got to tell you guys that we are only 521 subs away from hitting 51,000 here on the channel. So if you're a new Falcons fan or you're a returning Falcons fan that just wants more content, you got to hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon, and make sure you never miss a time that we post. Who is Tyson Bagent? 6'3", 213-pound quarterback from D2 Shepherd. Yes, you heard that correctly. He is a Division II college quarterback. And fun fact, he is the all-time leading passer in NCAA history for passing yards, encompassing all areas. So D1, D2, and D3. But he is 26 years old. He's a third-year quarterback from Shepherd, like I said. He has only started a total of 4 games for the Chicago Bears, but he went 2-2 as a starter. And by the way, this is kind of, there's a little caveat here to this. He has not started since his rookie year. That's the last time he started, was a rookie. And he went 2-2. So the kid's got a little bit of motion. God forbid a white boy get a little bit of motion. He signed a 2-year, $10 million contract this year, though, with the Chicago Bears in August of 2025. So he does have one more year on this contract. But he has plenty of talent to be a starter. If you looked up 5 minutes, 6 minutes of Tyson Bagent highlights on YouTube, and I highly recommend you do, you would see that this is probably one of the most talented backups in the entire National Football League landscape. I mean, let's just go back to the 2025 preseason. This year's preseason. Take a look at the numbers. 66.7% completion percentage. 511 passing yards. 5 touchdowns, 1 INT, and a PFF grade of 89.0. And most notably, going back to what I saw, his best game was against the Buffalo Bills in terms of how much time he got as the starter. And he went 11 for 16 in that game for 184 yards, 1 touchdown, led 3 touchdown scoring drives with a passer rating of 128. Now, again, it's the preseason. I get it. We shouldn't be going off of just preseason numbers. But if you compare Tyson Bagent's preseason numbers to that of our preseason quarterback in Easton Stick, I think you'll find that Bagent blows him out of the water. And Easton Stick is like a, 7-8 year veteran. Bagent's going into year 4, and he is already blowing Easton Stick out of the water. Beat him in PFF grade, beat him in passing yards, passing touchdowns, and touchdown to interception ratio. Bagent, by the way, would be the perfect backup option for the Atlanta Falcons. Why? He's cheaper and younger than Kirk. And he's also got legitimate competition for Penix. By the way, he's incredibly mobile, too. I wouldn't say he's as mobile as Caleb Williams, and he's definitely not nearly as mobile or as fast as a guy like Justin Fields, who he backed up as well. But my God, Bagent can move way more than Penix and way more than Kirk Cousins. And one of the things that I noticed about Tyson Bagent, what is the biggest strength of his game after watching the tape? He's incredible off of play action, something the Falcons did not have under Zach Robinson. So now, under Kevin Stefanski, this might be an opportunity for Bagent to not only try to earn a spot as a starter, but show what he's capable of after learning 1 year under Ben Johnson. So let's go back to 2023, the last time he started against somebody that we're very familiar with, the New Orleans Saints. So this was back in 2023. He started against the Saints, and he did, by the way, this was also under, I believe, Luke Getsy as their offensive coordinator. Tyson Bagent stats off of play action: 7 for 7, 110 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating. The dude is excellent under center. He's got mobility. He's got not a great arm. His arm's kind of weak. Believe it or not, it's another weakness of his. But it's not like he can't throw the ball 50 yards. He just can't rip it like Caleb. And he doesn't have the deep ball that Penix would have. So Penix beats him in that area as well. But he's got the mobility. He's got the short game. He's got the quick game. And we all heard from Kevin Stefanski and Matt Ryan, they want to build off the running game. So Bagent wouldn't have to come in and be Caleb Williams. He wouldn't have to be Joe Burrow or Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes. Can you go out there, complete 18 of 25 passes for 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks? Yes, he can. Absolutely can. And I do believe that that's something that the Falcons really kind of need, is if you are going to build the game around Bijan, if the passing game is going to be more of a complement, then why not go with a guy like Bagent? At least bring him in as a backup and let him compete with Michael Penix. It's a win-win situation. If Penix goes out and wins the job, great. Tyson Bagent's in the same position that he was before. But this is a younger and higher upside guy right now than Kirk Cousins, believe it or not. I mean, I know what Kirk is, but Tyson Bagent has so much boom potential. I have said since he got entered into the league, there will be a team at some point in the NFL in his career that makes him a bridge starter. Could it be the Falcons? We'll see. So, if you're interested in trading for Tyson Bagent, because remember, he's got 1 more year on his contract, type T for trade, type P for pass. By the way, trading for him would not take a lot of draft capital at all. He's a backup quarterback. Remember that. So let me know in the comment section down below, or if you're watching in our live show, live chat right now, T for trade or P for pass. Now, coming up, what would the cost be? And could we steal some other players from the Chicago Bears? Yes, and yes, we definitely can. Before that, though, I got to tell you about our friends over at Prize Picks. The big game is right around the corner. Seahawks versus Patriots. You do not want to miss any of the last-minute football action, cashing in on America's biggest sporting event ever. So download the Prize Picks app, where you can get $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. You can play with flex play, meaning you can cash out if one of your picks doesn't hit. You can go with the power play, which gives you more of a payout. It doesn't really matter how you play, just play with Prize Picks. Lineups take 30 seconds to create. This one took me 45 because it's a 4-pick flex play. I took Drake May and the max discount play, more than half a passing yard. I've got JSN, and I've got Ramondre Stevenson as well. Yours can look like this. It doesn't have to. Download the app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 instantly in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. So here's my trade idea. Falcons get Tyson Bagent. The Bears receive a 2027 4th-round pick. Again, it's a backup quarterback. The Bears, who notably wanted the comp picks from the Atlanta Falcons, they're not going to get them because Matt Ryan is leading the charge of football operations, so they don't get the Rooney Rule comp picks, which is a crazy loophole, but it is what it is. They can't do anything about it. This would be a way for the Atlanta Falcons to say, hey, not only are we going to scratch your back a little bit for that endeavor, but we also get our future franchise quarterback potentially if we want. I think it's a very fair offer. So give them a next year's 4th-round pick. Everybody's happy. The Chicago Bears go out and sign a veteran, or they ride with Case Keenum, who's their 3rd stringer right now. Doesn't really matter. Here's what I know. Ian Cunningham comes from Ryan Poles, and Ryan Poles is ultra aggressive in not only free agency, but in making trades, et cetera, et cetera. So is there a possibility that we could go out and steal other players from Chicago? And if you're thinking to yourself, why would we want to steal anybody from Chicago? Did you not watch the Bears this year? They got insanely better in a very short amount of time. And they are going to be parting ways with some very key and notable players here in the near future. The first one, in my opinion, that you could go out and, again, you'd have to trade for this guy as well, Cole Kmet, tight end for the Chicago Bears. And he's an older player and kind of being replaced by Colston Loveland, who seems to be their number one. He and Caleb Williams have a great rapport. But Cole Kmet from the University of Notre Dame, by the way, this year was definitely a complimentary piece in the tight end game, but he's an excellent run blocker, and I do believe he still has a couple of red zone years left where he could score 5 to 6 times. Just take a look at the last couple of seasons for Cole Kmet. In 2022, 544 yards receiving, 719 yards receiving, 474 yards receiving, 347. So he's kind of declined a little bit, but one thing you also notice, he's the picture of consistency when it comes to health. 17, 17, 17, 16 games played. The guy just never gets hurt. He's always, always healthy, and he's a great run blocker. Actually, the two biggest areas of his game which he excels in is in run blocking and in red zone targets. And if you remember the last game that Chicago played against the Los Angeles Rams, that unbelievable throw that Caleb had where he dropped back like 40 yards and just chucked it into the end zone, that was caught by Cole Kmet. So just a fun fact there for you. There's another reason why I believe Cole Kmet might be out of Chicago. This was his most recent Facebook post that I found. Just oddly enough, he said, "I love you, Chicago," and that's all he said. So a lot of people are kind of speculating that this could be that he's ready to move on or they're ready to move on from him. So obviously Cole Kmet seems to be one of those players that with Kevin Stefanski's background with tight ends could be one guy that we can go out and trade for as well. Let's stop talking about trades though for a second. Let's talk about pure free agency. Here's pure free agent targets, the next two. Nahshon Wright, cornerback for the Chicago Bears. Now, he's only been with Chicago for 1 year, but this year was by far probably the best of his entire career. I mean, 11 PBUs, he had 5 picks, and a coverage grade that was pretty respectable at 63.4. The one thing I will say about Nahshon Wright is that he is a boom or bust corner, kind of like Trayvon Diggs. He either is picking that ball away, breaking up the pass, or he's giving up big chunk plays. Now, again, I realize that we want a lockdown corner, but how many of them are there on the free agent market that are true, tried and true lockdown? And cornerback is one of those premium positions now in the NFL where if you've got a lockdown corner, nobody's willing to part ways with them. So Nahshon Wright could be a nice cheap option that had a huge productive 2025 that the Falcons could use to explore getting rid of Mike Hughes. I mean, I think we can all agree Hughes was fine last year. It's like a C or a C plus year, but he's old. He's old. Yeah, it's time to move on from Mike Hughes. You got to get somebody younger, cheaper, and with bigger upside than Hughes. And Nahshon Wright definitely is that. Final target. Uh-oh. Bringing him back, baby. Olamide Zaccheaus. A familiar face. A familiar face indeed. Here, look, I realize what Falcons fans are going to say. No, we do not want Olamide Zaccheaus back. But take a look at what you've got currently on your wide receiver depth chart. I'll let you study this for just a second. You would welcome Zaccheaus back with open arms, without a doubt, because you've got Drake London and an injured Darnell Mooney, and then really nobody else. Zaccheaus would slide immediately into that Ray McCloud spot, and he'd be way better than Ray McCloud, by the way, who is currently unemployed at the exact moment. But this last year, Zaccheaus was a reliable fourth option for Caleb Williams. 39 receptions, 313 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm not saying Zaccheaus is a game breaker. He's not a home run hire. He's not a home run signing. But if the event and the goal is to make this wide receiver room better, then Zaccheaus would help you attain that. There's no doubt in my mind. I'd bring him back. I absolutely would bring him back. So he could be somebody you line up in the slot. It's just an immediate upgrade to anybody that you have currently in the Falcons wide receiver room. So before we take on off out of here, if you would poach any players from the Chicago Bears, let me know in the comment section down below. And if so, who are they? And if not, tell me why. Defend your answer no matter what here. That's what we do on Falcons Today. So do me a favor. Like I said, get down to the comment section down below. I would probably poach Nahshon Wright and Olamide Zaccheaus. And I'm not so sure right now about Cole Kmet. But Tyson Bagent is very intriguing to me as well. So if they could make it happen, I'd go after Bagent, Zaccheaus, and Nahshon Wright. That's all I got for you on today's episode. A reminder to hit that subscribe button, like today's video. As always, Falcons fans, rise up and be cool.